3, 2, 1.
Welcome to our show INExperience, where we get real in the professional world. I'm your host, Nathaniel Werner.
I'm your co-host, Iman Naim.
And today we've brought a fashion icon, a really well-known artist, Desto Dubb. We're getting a round of applause for Desto. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Desto, for coming on the show, bro.
Awful lot of it. Thank y'all for having me.
A lot of it. You ready to go? So, Desto, there's a lot we're going to talk about on this show, but, I think one thing that I want to start right off the bat with is, why is your clothes banned at Beverly Vista Middle School, which is this high school's middle school, which is unjust, all right? The kids love them. The high school kids love them. The middle school kids love them. It's unfair. So we'd like to know how this all happened. Like, how do they even let you know you're
So that's
honestly... Go ahead.
So you were just chilling one day and you just got like an email or something that stuff got banned, or like?
Honestly, it was like, okay, I ain't gonna lie. On Melrose, I mess with the youth. Like, so any little kid, any young person in any type of school, I really mess with them heavily. So I get a lot of little kids, it's the resales, Melrose, a lot of kids that be having shoes, reselling shoes, buying shoes. Yeah. So, I kind of grow a little, friendship with them or whatnot. Right. And honestly, these kids are like way above their age, you know what I mean? Like, they're like 9-year-old acting like 15-year-old. So I'm pretty sure it was a group of kids that probably are real bad, wearing it at school, probably telling the teacher something crazy. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then I'm not taking it off you. And they'll probably say like some viral stuff just to get it like some kind of reaction out the teacher. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure that would happen. But yeah, I was chilling. I had one of my little buddies that follow me on Instagram send me a screenshot of an email that was sent to their parents. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, man, it's cap. Yeah. And then it
wasn't cap, it was actually banned.
Yeah, it was. Then he sent it to me again. And then I was at the store, and he came up to me and opened the email and showed me.
No way.
This is crazy. But the first thing I think, dang, they banned me in the schools. I'm thinking I'm banned in all the schools. Mm-hmm. But then it just turned around to be just the middle school, and they were saying it's banned, but they were just basically saying, you can't be wearing stuff that depicts some kind of drugs or selling drugs, or I don't know what they said, but that's not what my brand stands for.
I think that was last year though, because this year you walk in the hallways, you look left and right, you always see your stuff on everyone's wearing your stuff.
Yeah.
They were in the.
So where does awful lotta come from? That kind of the idea of awful lot. That's because you always add things to it, so it's not always the same thing. For instance, on my shirt it says awful lot of cost syrup.
It's got the Cool Whip.
Cool Whip. There's so many different kinds of things. So awful lot is that's you. You hear awful lot, it's Desto Dubb, that's your brand. So where did that stem from?
Just a bad situation where I was where I got into it with some law enforcement officers, and one of the comments they said that stuck with me was, that's an awful lot of cough syrup, you must be really sick. And it just kind of stuck with me. Yeah. And as I go on just making more and more clothes, I got to a point where it was like, man, I need a crazy little catchphrase. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then it just hit. And I put it on a shirt, and it just instantly went somewhat viral, and I just kept running with it.
When was your first shirt produced, 2017? 2018?
So my first shirt was produced in 2016 of, I would say, November.
Did you design it yourself, or you had
to yourself? Yeah. I was sitting on the computer. I used to do tattoos, so I had all these little apps with different fonts.
You were a tattoo artist?
Yeah, I did tattoos for about 4 or 5 years.
Before you got in the clothing brand?
Before I started.
So you've always kind of had an artistic background.
Yeah. So I always could draw.
All of these are hand drawn?
Not all of them, but most of them are hand drawn by me. No, but I do have graphic designers. As you start growing and your company start growing, you start taking certain hats off and you allocate it to different people. So I do have a group of in-house designers where it's to the point now where I just have to look at them and they know what I'm thinking. Right. And they kind of put it in a way to where I'll be happy.
You teach them the ways of what you kind of want.
Yeah, they gotta learn me if you're gonna work for me. Yeah. So the first couple of months, you're kind of we just getting to know each other. You're getting to know what I like, the styles I like, the colors I like. And it's not that hard because I'm mostly repetitive. So every year I kind of drop similar stuff. But I just elevated a little bit more. So it just takes a minute for a person to get to know me. But once I do, it's they can read my mind.
Right.
So like when you started your did you have like a specific location like where you first started, or like did you always have like a store, or like would you?
When I first started, it was basically just Instagram was my store.
Just like Instagram.
You know, I would like do it wasn't reels back then.
Like
just
online?
videos, just Instagram in general. I'd be on Instagram wearing it,
That's
and
fine.
then people would comment under the picture, and then I'll hit them up as if they was walking inside my store. Like, hey, you want to buy this? Hey, do you like this?
And it just grows. That's how
and it
every
just
business
grows. You know what I
starts,
mean? And then I kind of got like the first store was when I bought a van and I parked in a parking lot in the middle of downtown during COVID. And at that point, it was no competition because the stores legally couldn't open. You would get a fine. People couldn't be outside, and the places where you made your clothes was closed as well because it was COVID. They were trying to get a grips over the virus. So with that being said, I had no competition. I was there every day just selling hoodie. Some people would just pull up just to kick it, and I would market that through my Instagram again, and it would make more people pull up. So that was my first actual store.
Yeah.
So it was like a pop-up truck.
Really like a pop-up truck
That's awesome.
during COVID.
No, because I remember right now you have your store in like Melrose, like right across from like the Cool.
Yeah.
But I remember the first store was like a little bit more down.
Yeah, I had after being in that parking lot and just going through different people breaking in my van,
people breaking in your
police
van?
messing with you, because they didn't want me in the parking. It's a parking lot now. The world is open. You have to. This is for parking, not selling clothes.
Yeah.
So I had to deal with that every day, and then it got to a point where I just met somebody that had a store. They wanted to sublease me.
Do you still have the van, or you still?
Oh yeah, for sure.
You still have it?
Yeah,
still
still got
kept
my
the van?
van. Yeah.
That's
You
awesome.
gotta keep that, bro. It's like a.
I took the van to West Coast Customs, fully got it tricked out, lights, TV,
Awful lot of
speakers,
customs.
24-inch rims.
Talk about like West Coast Customs. I saw you got that Hellcat Durango.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
hard, bro.
22 Hellcat, wide body Hellcat Durango.
Wide body Hellcat Durango.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
first
Yeah.
wide body Hellcat.
Is it here? You drove it here?
No, I didn't drive it here.
You drove it. But you drive it a lot though. It's like.
So this the thing, bro. Like that one was so rare, and the specs on it, like it was the first like fully spec'd out one of the Durangos that I'm around like 19,000 miles, so I put the car up. I'm not trying to really. I put it up.
I remember you had a Rolls though. Not too long. You had a Rolls.
I got a Rolls Royce Ghost. That one put up too. These are like all of my cars are collectors. You know, like my Rolls got a Manzuri kit on it. Like,
Manzuri? That's
you know,
fire,
so
bro.
I put all that up. So a lot of my cars I put up. I drove the Beamer today.
The Beamer.
Yeah, the Beamer.
You do have an extremely successful clothing business, but you can't forget about like your musical background too. Like you have, even this year you made a song with V's, and like V's is blown up.
He's the
Like
GOAT.
he's actually blown up.
They be probably playing V's left and right.
Yeah, I was playing V's on the way to school this morning. You know what I mean?
This is
like,
not a fire drill.
yeah, so V's, especially in 2023, blown up, and you made a song with him. So you're still making, or are you done with that?
No.
Making
So I use
music?
music really like kind of like a like the thing about it is I rap about things and they actually come true.
Oh yeah.
I'll just be rapping trying to rhyme. So I'll say something like, "Oh, I paid the most. I went from catching the bus. Now I got a ghost." I never in my mind thought I was gonna have a ghost. I have a ghost.
Yeah, that's fine.
So like, Desto, do you like believe in like? Personally, like I believe in manifestation. Like if you say something and you truly believe it,
True believer of it.
it'll
But
happen.
I say stuff that I don't even believe or think is true.
And it just comes
still
happen?
happens. I'm
That's
right now
crazy.
rapping about getting a jet. Hey, hopefully I get one. You know,
Awful lot of
That's
jets.
fire, bro.
You know what I mean?
Awful lot
Like,
of jets in the building. You know.
You gotta rap like being like the
You never
president
know.
or some stuff like
Yeah.
that. It'll be fine.
So I just rap really just so the stuff that I'm rapping about could actually happen.
I saw you got the dub chain.
Yeah,
So where like Desto Dubb like originate from? Is it like a background or you just like came up with it?
So I had a nickname Double O.
Double O?
And then I had like a buddy of mine who would always like shorten whatever he say. Like whatever, if your name was Jonathan, he'll just call you John. If your name was John, he'll just call you Jay.
Yeah.
So with him, my name being Double O, he just used to call me Dub. Dub.
Yeah.
And then as that went on, me and my
Desto
boys.
stands for something, right?
Yeah, and then
I
after a
remember
while, me and my buddy started like a clique called like Destos. You know what I mean? And then the
Destos?
Des stand for like don't
Don't
ever stop
ever
trying.
stop trying.
Whatever
That's
you're
fine.
doing, don't ever stop trying.
Yeah.
That's
So it's
fine.
like I was Desto Dub.
That's
And
kind of
just how it
that's
really
hard,
It's kind
bro.
of like the
That's
story of your life. Never
Yeah,
stop
just-
trying. Starting from the parking lot and that's actually why. Honestly, I was so interested in you in particular because, to start in like a downtown parking lot, which I researched, I knew about that, and then to make it like to a point where like Beverly Hills High School, Beverly Vista Middle School kids are wearing your clothing, like that is insane to me. Like
blows my mind every
that
time I
really,
think
I don't
about it.
think people like actually like can process like that never happens. You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't. You know, so I think like your whole upbringing was like really just like awesome.
And my whole thing really is too, like the main over everything is to show that like you can do it, you know?
Yeah.
A lot of times if you ask 9 people, hey, what do I do? They'll probably be like, he's a rapper, or he probably play a sport, and it's like, no.
Yeah,
I mean,
think that I sell clothes.
Look, even you have a chain, the loose leaf. Like you've expanded your business so much. Like it's not clothes anymore. It's not just music anymore. It's like you have like you made a plug and play collab.
Plug and play.
I don't even know. Like how did that even come about? Like
really networking.
You kind of just like
networking and just really, you know, I can sell products.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody know that.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing it my whole life.
100%.
You know, whether it be
100%.
legal or illegal, I can sell products.
Yeah.
I'm just concentrating on the legal products. And if you're smart, you'll try to invest with me to sell your product, whatever it is.
Right.
And as you can see, whatever I put my name with, it's a high possibility that it's going to succeed.
Off a lot of loose leaf. Off even like you have like just like little things like I don't
like
know.
the money pouch. My boy got one of those. You got like the
anything
hats.
that you put that on, as far as like merchandise, is gonna sell. Now, what I did with loose leaf is anything you put my face on in the tobacco smoke shop area, it's gonna sell.
Mm-hmm.
Rolling trays, plug plays, tobacco leaves, anything.
Put your face on it gonna blow up.
But it's just like I you know, like right now, y'all probably trying to be like, dang, like what do I like to do and how can it pay me?
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? All of the things that I like to do, I did it so much that it eventually paid me.
Yeah.
I like wearing clothes. I love wearing clothes. I love putting clothes on. To where I started making my own clothes, and I wear them so much
and
that
you
everybody
do it all
else wanna
legally
wear 'em.
now.
Huh?
Like you do it all legally now too.
Yeah, everything is
like
legal.
the plug and play collab is completely legal, which is sick.
Everything.
I mean, so do you like I'm sure you had to get in contact with like the owner of Plug and Play, and then
They reached
eventually
out to me.
Oh, he reached out to you?
Wow.
Damn.
So a lot of these
Wow.
brands, they see me out here, and you know I'm really campaigning a lot. You know,
They
I
just
go to
know
a
that
lot of
awful
stuff.
lot of cells.
They like know your potential and stuff
Yeah.
like that. That's why they like.
A buddy of mine kind of brought it up to him, and they were like, "What? Hold on, he did what?" And kind of gave him, "Let's do it."
Mhm.
It was their first collaboration they ever
Are you
did.
looking for like more collabs or like?
That's my 2024 thing. So
Yeah.
it's not really a collab. I'm looking for more brand partnerships, brand deals. You know, what I
Brand
mean?
deals.
I don't want to
Yeah.
do like a collab. It's like, oh,
Like a
me
one-time
and you
thing.
did a collaboration and put it out. I don't want to do collaborations like that. I want to do brand deals. I want you to pay me to use my likeness to sell your product or to give me a percentage of what you're selling because I am going to market it.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
It's like the moment you slap off a lot of it's like your
Yeah.
marketing. So, I mean, even off a lot of backpack boys in the future could be a possibility. You know,
We have a collab already written up, ready to go to pull the trigger. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these people, whether I met them before or now, if I meet you, I'm already working on a collab. So when you actually be like, oh, I think we should do it. Okay, cool. Here, let me send you these mock-ups I already made.
Yeah.
Right. So another thing I wanted to ask you about was connected to like the Beverly Vista thing was that you have like a student discount in your store.
Yeah.
Which like not many stores have. So I was wondering like did that come about because of the banning?
Actually, my student discount was before the banning.
Oh,
But
really?
I just felt like after the banning, I just wanted to let it be more known.
promote it
you
more?
know what I mean? Because it's like, there's different ways of going about stuff.
The student discount, I mean, it makes sense. Like you said in the beginning, there's all sorts of kids on Melrose. I mean, Melrose is like, I mean, it's one of the biggest streets in LA now, especially.
One of the biggest retail streets
Yeah,
in
it really
California.
is. I mean, dude, reselling.
Besides
lives there.
Rodeo, but
Yeah,
it's like
but
it's
like
just different
Rodeo.
tiers of
Right.
like retail.
And Mel's like streetwear, stuff like
Streetwear,
that.
vintage,
Reseller.
you know what I mean? Style.
Yeah,
What's the name?
especially
Just designer.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
money.
especially some years back when like you know things were at like the peak of reselling. I'm talking like Supreme resells and like Supreme Bape, all that stuff. I'm sure Melrose was just like so many people a day.
Yeah.
You know, and it's crazy that you managed to really you have like a staple shop on Melrose. Like you probably have one of the most successful shops there. I mean,
Yeah.
Oh,
realistically.
no, let's say Cool Kicks is in there too.
Oh,
bro.
Cool
We-
Kicks for
it's
sure.
me and Cool Kicks. We run in the block over there.
Yeah, for
100%. But there's like you don't
Clothing, no. There's no other clothing store.
There's
that
no
gets
other
as
clothing
many
store.
Are you thinking of
customers.
like opening like another store somewhere else, or you're chilling in LA right now?
We working on it right
Working
now.
on it? That's
New
fine.
York.
New York?
Trying to go to New York.
Yeah.
It's just right now, I use this, like this brand is a hustle to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I buy stuff, I sell it.
Yeah.
After doing fashion shows and going to New York, I realized it's more than just a hustle, you know? it's actual art. It's actual different ways to doing things. So I just want to go to New York to explore those options. You know, link up with different designers. You know, different stylists, different people that actually use these clothes as an art, not just as a way to make money.
Yeah.
You know, I want to see it through a different eye, and I feel like New York is like the root of that. It's like if you do music or film, where are you going? To California, to Hollywood. If you're in the fashion, if you're in the art, where do you go? To New York.
To New York.
You know, so I just feel like that's the next step for my brand, to elevate my brand, to bring it up there.
Right.
You know, just to show everybody too, like you can't just get comfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to move around because you never know. You know, I'm over here digging in this hole. What if I go over there and strike gold?
Right.
Or strike platinum or strike oil? You know?
It's all about like the networking and stuff
Always,
like that.
and that's how you keep yourself ahead by just, okay, it's cool, let's go over here.
So, like, moving to New York, like you said, it's more, like, kind of artistic and fashion-based. Would you say that you're kind of, like, stepping away from the music industry and you're kind of focusing more on, like, Awful Lotta as, like, the clothing brand?
Well, the music industry is a hobby to me, so I always focus on Awful Lotta cough syrup because Awful Lotta cough syrup makes the music more fun.
Right.
You know what I mean? I can walk up as an artist, I might not get as much respect. I walk up with Awful Lotta cough syrup, they're treating me like the biggest artist there, and other artists are walking up to me. You know what I mean? That's the edge I got over a lot of people. I have a
who's
brand.
like the favorite artist you've probably ever worked with? Like, I think you collab with
ever?
Lil Pump.
Ever?
Yeah. No, I know you collab with Lil Pump.
My favorite artist ever, Young Thug.
Oh, Young Thug, your favorite artist you've ever collabed with?
For sure, bro. Like, his
Young Thug.
energy,
For Young Thug, honestly.
like, let's say if I'm sitting right here and Young Thug is making the song, I'm seeing how he do it. I can do that same thing now.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, more than just his vocals, look at the way he dressed. So now I could take his words, I can rap like him. I can take his outfit and make money.
Young Thug, I don't know if too many, like, not everyone knows about him, but he's, like, really big in, like, well, first of all, he created Spider. I mean, like, I don't know if everybody knows that. Spider's his brand.
Everywhere.
Spider's huge.
I mean, you think of like collabing with that?
Spider's massive.
Yeah, for sure. I got like
a Desto X Spider, that'd be crazy.
So I'm waiting for him to get out, but we already got talks and mock-ups of Awful Lotta Spiders. We even have a song called Awful Lotta Spiders.
Awful Lotta Spiders, that's hard.
That's fine. So,
but it's more than that though. Like even his album cover, you know, like the one where he's kind of wearing like that dress and like the hat, that kind of like changed a lot in the fashion industry. Like before, like, you know, like recently there's like a lot of like men wearing kind of like different types of clothes and like, you know, you see that now, but like that was kind of like how it, like, you didn't see that too often. Young Thug was one of the first people to like do that, you know, and it was like really crazy seeing it. Like I remember kind of being younger and I didn't understand it as much, but I've always kind of been a Young Thug fan. Like he's always been one of my like favorite artists. Like I
love him. He took my brand from just being a streetwear brand to actually elevating it to being like a high-end streetwear brand.
Right.
Like, and I would see like my same pieces that I would be selling sitting there. After he wear it, them same pieces are gonna be you got that size, I need one, I'm coming, hold it for me.
Right.
Like, what? I got like bigger artists, you know, hitting me up now, all because he wore it.
Yeah.
But, you know, even I think, would you say that like even like the bigger artists like hitting you up, like Young Thug's always just gonna be your boy, like that's your guy.
Yeah, because he the other people are wearing it because they see him wearing it. You know, like I know which ones. Only they he wearing it is hard now because I done been around them same people and they never asked for a T-shirt. And they see me wearing it, they see me campaigning, you know.
So like when like the bigger rappers like put your stuff on, like that's how like it like blows up a lot more. Is that like what you're saying?
If they wear it and take photos, it does.
Yeah.
You know, but
like post on their IG.
He don't have to take a picture. He's around so many big people that it's like a word of mouth thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I pull up to the studio, he'll be there with Travis Scott, Kid Cudi, Wale. Next thing you know, I'm in another city. Wale got the T-shirt on.
Yeah.
I think Travis is insane. I think Travis is one of the best artists like ever. Yeah. Like his music, like I think Travis's music like really kind of.
Who's some of your favorite rappers? Desto.
So you know music to me more so is like a playlist to my life.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, you gotta have songs when you're happy. You gotta have songs when you're sad.
Of course.
For the most part, 90% of my day is hustle. Trying to like eliminate risks and just get straight to the bag and to the next bag. So one of my biggest artists is Nipsey.
Nipsey?
Of course. You know, like I can listen to him
Rest in peace.
and play his album 5 hours in a row, and I'll continue doing the same thing.
Like
I'm doing
Rio?
if I'm counting, yeah. So it's Nipsey would be my first. My second, we're gonna go rap, but then towards the end we get melodic. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
So to go Nipsey first.
Were you ever boys with Nipsey?
Yeah. What? That's my buddy.
That's your boy?
What? Nigga, what?
I
Like
know
I
that.
used to call him. Like he follows me on Instagram. Like that's my boy. Like A-double-O. He still called me Double O.
Mhm.
Nipsey, Draco, Young Thug, V's, 03, Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne,
Lil Wayne.
legend.
Just because of Lil Wayne more so, like at a point in time I was on his lyrics, but even if he was deaf and he couldn't talk, his style was so fire that it influenced you. You know, I got tatted because I would watch a Lil Wayne video, be like, I need tattoos.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Half of these people got dreads because of who?
Lil Wayne.
Lil
Yeah,
Wayne.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I think that's really interesting how like some artists like it's not just their music that'll like kind of change like the game, you know, like they kind of like even Travis like Travis is kind of like you in the way where he's like expanded his brand in like Cactus Jack Farms, like Cactus Jack like beer, Cactus Jack clothing, and like you know like kind of seeing artists kind of like expand out of like music and like kind of being so successful too. I mean, he just made like a watch with you know like with AP, and it's just like I mean like I think it's sick.
see,
I really
with
do.
music to me is, it'll make you the most popular person in the world. It might not make you the most money, but it's gonna make you the most popular person. So now you have something that people with money can't really buy or get. So now that you're popular, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Use it to sell or make products.
Yeah, yeah.
Use your popularity to attach yourself to brands that
But
will make you money.
you kind of did it in the opposite way. You started with the clothing, and now you're transitioning to a little bit more of your hobby as your music. So you kind of like flipped it. But
Yeah,
you still
well, I started out as music, and the clothing was just supposed to be keep a little money in my pocket while I'm on tour. I sell a few shirts, I got some money because they not paying me.
yeah.
Right.
You know, but then it's just the clothes took off more than the music, to where it's like I'm spending all this money on music. It's just an expensive hobby.
Yeah.
But I could take that same money I'm spending on music and invest it in the clothes and make more money. So what is the goal at the end of the day?
Yeah.
To make money or to make music? To be
make money.
famous or to be rich?
That's
I can be rich by the clothes. I can be
Yeah.
famous with the clothes. So why are you still over here throwing your money away with music? You know,
Right.
make it a hobby. I got a studio at home. Shit
You
don't
just do
cost
it
me
for
nothing.
fun, you know. I bet you have some crazy studio stories too.
Bro,
With,
I'm in the
like,
studio.
Young
I was
Thug.
just in the studio with Sosa
Oh, really?
2 days ago.
Really?
Working on Almighty Sosa.
Sosa, dude, Sosa's a legend.
Come
Like,
on, I'm
you
literally
know all the legends. Even Sosa changed music, bro. Like,
Yeah.
like people don't understand. Like before Sosa was doing that shit. Like, like bro, people don't like. I hate how
He
people
influenced, bro.
underestimate.
He's
He's
younger
a
than
bro.
me, and he had me doing shit that he was doing when he was 16.
Yo, so was you always in LA though, or like were
I
you?
spent 3 years traveling the world.
Oh really?
Yeah.
What were some like crazy places you've been to?
That's an essential thing
Barcelona,
to do in life.
Spain.
Traveling the world.
So like Europe.
I've been to Sweden. I've been to Norway. I've been to London. I've been to Croatia.
You've been everywhere.
I've been to
been
Korea.
everywhere?
Not everywhere.
No, but like all like the main places you've been like.
Probably been to the
You know
main
where? You know where I'm
places.
trying to go?
Where?
Tokyo.
I haven't been to Tokyo.
I haven't been to Tokyo, but I think Tokyo is like really cool. Like
Elevated.
Tokyo is just like, I mean, like it's like a completely different vibe. Like Japan in general, completely different vibe. You know, like it's kind of crazy. You can go to a country and like the vibe, bro. Like go to Venice, Italy, dude. Like going from LA
Yeah,
to
it's
Venice,
nice.
Italy. It's like what's going on?
Would you ever go international with your band, or are you trying to keep it in
Oh,
the?
I'm working on a collab with Trap Star London. You heard
Oh
of them?
really? Yeah, I've
brand
heard,
out in
like the
London.
tracksuit stuff.
Yep.
I've seen them.
So I'm working on them. That's gonna be off a lot of Trap Star London.
Off a
We're
lot of
doing
Trap
pop up
Star?
in London and in Los Angeles.
So you gonna be there in London?
Yeah,
When
for
they-
sure.
That's far.
I'm all about
Oh,
expanding.
sick.
I'm all about taking this to the next level. 'Cause
Yeah.
the further I take this, you don't know what other door it might
I mean,
open.
it's in your name. Don't ever stop trying. That's
You
like.
can't. I didn't get
Yeah.
rich till I was 32,
Oh yeah.
35 now.
Did you like ever go to college or like any of that shit?
I
or you
tried
just
it,
don't
but
know?
it's just hard
It
when you
wasn't
broke.
for you.
It's hard
Oh,
when you
yeah.
broke.
That's true.
You know, like you sitting right there, they want you to pay attention to this person. You can't even get out of school and get some lunch. You checking
Honestly-
your card to see if you got money on your debit card just to buy lunch. It's
And
kinda hard.
then you kind of get stuck in this situation where the moment you enter college, you have like these student loans, and it's like it's always like, you know, I've always been saying like I think kind of like the school system in general is a little like ridiculous and outdated. Like, I mean, even like high school, like, you know, like high school was started like kind of or school in general was started like so many years ago. It was like made for factory workers. It's like,
Yeah.
if you look at the way that like the system is, it's kind of like messed up, you know. And I don't even think it's essential in today's day and age, realistically.
I don't
Like
think
it
it's
is, but it
essential,
isn't.
but I think it's just like a norm.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? Because it's like I done met people that didn't get that far in school, and it's like stuff that normal to most people is not normal to them.
Mm-hmm.
They would never know. So I feel like school, and it kind of teaches you how to become yourself in a controlled environment that's not going to kind of navigate
Social
you to go
skills, for
wrong.
sure.
You know, let's say if it's no school, you're not around X amount of students that's learning every day.
Yeah, that's
Right.
true.
You're around
Right.
X amount of people that's doing whatever.
Just doing, like,
That's
what-
what you're going to,
Yeah.
you know, you're
Right.
putting
Oh, yeah.
people in the school with the goal is to learn. You're going to learn. You're going to get smart. You take that away, everybody lost in the sauce. It's like no medium.
I think it's more than that too. I think like I think just sitting in a class, and even if like you kind of don't understand the material, like it's a whatever ridiculous formula you're not going to remember in a year, like like when you absorb kind of information like that, it expands your brain into
It's
other
a
things.
muscle.
It's like, yeah, the school system is corrupt, it's this and that, it's for factory workers, but I think that's essential, and it's part of the I mean, I'm in high school right now, you know what I mean? I see that as important, and I think kind of like you said, like the social environment, you know what I mean? Like having to, it's kind of like a tutorial to life, you know what I mean? You get to experience things with other people before you're just thrown into the real
Before,
world.
yeah, like let's say you just thrown into the real world. You like a girl. You might not never
You
see
don't
a
know what to
girl.
say.
Yeah.
Some boys are around boys all day. You
All
might not
day.
never see anybody that, you know, putting you in school, you're in a controlled situation. She dump you, she like you, she don't like you. You can be let down easily.
You get to experience things like heartbreak, rejection, like
Or you
succeeding.
get to be around other people who parents, like you gotta understand, like I know some of y'all students' parents are doing some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So you coming back, you seeing that this kid is on some crazy stuff. I'm trying to be on what he on.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know what he on, but he on some shit. You're able to attach yourself to different people, you know, that's actually elevated. And you can choose, do you want to hang out with the knuckleheads or you want to hang out with these people? So school gives you a lot of options, and it's like for the best. It might not be something that you don't need. You probably don't need it. You probably can be successful without it.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
the fact that it's like driving without a license. You probably don't need it, but it's safer. You know what I mean? You're going to understand a lot more stuff finishing out 12 years or whatever, 12 grades of school than a person that doesn't. Or you might have to pay somebody to do some stuff that you could already have learned to save some money. So I mess with school. I don't think you have to go to school forever, but I feel like even as me being a boss, I would hire somebody with a little bit more education.
Yeah.
It don't have to be all of that. You don't even have to finish it. Just, I went to college for this. Okay, so you're in that direction. You know what I mean? I went to college, or I went to an institute for this. Okay, you're in that direction. Now, if you don't have none of that, it's like, oh, I'm just teaching you now.
Yeah.
You don't have no type of
So
nothing.
you like to like hire people with like more education and like know more about the business and stuff like that?
Yeah, I feel like those are the type of people that last longer in the business.
Yeah.
You know? So again, like you probably don't need school, but whatever you're trying to be, go and surround yourself with that. You want to be a DJ? Take that recording school for a little bit, just so when somebody be like, well, at least he know how to read notes. 'Cause
Right.
you could be a DJ and don't know how to read notes.
That's true.
You know, also, you know, me personally, I want to be a lawyer. Like, I have my brain set on it. I think it's a sick job. Like, and I was talking.
Great job.
I was talking to your
I'll use
publicist. Yeah. I was talking to your publicist before this. I think it's you have to go to college. You have to go to law school and all that to get to that point. But I think like, if I was a boss and like even if somebody like had nothing to do with law, if I wanted somebody to read a contract for me or kind of just and I was like I said, I was talking to your publicist about this. It's such like a key kind of job, a key component in life. Like everybody deals with the law. I mean, you get pulled over dealing with the law. You're doing something silly, you're gonna get caught up with the law. You know what I mean? Like that's just kind of how it is.
Everybody need a lawyer. I was on the phone with my lawyer yesterday.
You probably have to call a lawyer even for this. I mean, lawyers are everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like school is 100% important at times, but one thing I absolutely hate about school is the way that people kind of judge intelligence off of grades, or kind of people base you off of your grades, and just in general there's a lot of kids that have maybe poor grades or whatever, like, and then they kind of get stuck in that situation where it's like, damn, like, I can't go to this, like, college now, or I have to take, like, a test and, like, do this and that and leave early, all this nonsense, you know what I mean? Like, even me, for instance, like, I don't have good grades. Like, my grades they're good, but they're not, like, the best grades in the world. I don't have, like, all A's, you know what I mean? But, you know, I still want to be, like, a sick lawyer. Like, my goal,
You can't.
I got to be, like, a top lawyer in, like, L.A. or even in Cali or in the world, or I'm not going to be satisfied, you know what I mean? Like, that's just, like, my mentality and stuff. But, you know, I don't know. Like, it's just, like, how it is.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, being the best is it just take, like you say, you trying to be the best, you gotta do a lot of studying, a lot of everything. If you don't, like, for your thing, you do have to read books. You know, for my stuff, I just have to, like, take as much information
from other people
and network and read a lot and watch a lot of stuff. You know, there's so many designers before me. I just watch their documentary or whatever I can find on them and just try to take something from them. Like, you know, Alexander Wayne, he used to watch movies to inspire his next collection. You know, I think he did like a collection based off of watching Jaws, you know, so now I'm like, shit, I want to design some shit based off some shit I see. Oh, I'm from Watts. Let me design something based around Watts. What is one of the biggest things in Watts? The Watts Riot. So, like, that's where I get all my stuff from. I could go to school for it, but I'd rather be hands-on. And I feel like even with a lawyer, you have to go to school for it. But a lot of the stuff, after you go to that school, that's a small part of it. You know what I mean? Lawyers be lawyers for a long time, bro. Like, lawyers be 20, 30 years a lawyer.
You could be like a lawyer at 70.
For 5-something years, whatever, to be a 30-year job that's only going to increase, that's nothing.
Did you have, like, when you were, like, growing up, did you have, like, an idea of, like did you want to be, like, I don't know, a professional football player or something?
Hell
like
no.
that?
You know what I wanted to be? When I was younger, I just wanted to open up, like, a corner store and sell T-shirts and cigarettes and boxers.
So you
But that's like what you have now,
that's what
though.
you do.
Yeah,
Pretty much. I mean, like a literal corner store?
Yeah.
Oh, like a gas station.
Like
corner
like
store.
not a gas station. Like, we used to have these spots on the east side where there's like T-shirt spots where they sell like pro club T-shirts, boxers, and socks.
Yeah.
So like the hustlers would go every day, buy them a pack of boxers, pack of
Just
socks.
like the plain stuff.
Yeah, just the plain stuff.
Yeah.
So like that was like, you know, that was kind of like the smoke shop. Like, you know what I mean, stuff like that. So that was my goal. Like, I ain't trying to finish this.
So you didn't even you weren't even like thinking big, and like you've ended up in such like you wanted a corner store, and now you have like this crazy ass like business.
It's crazy. I never looked at it like that.
You know, like, I mean, you weren't even like, you didn't think this would happen. Like, you wanted just plain black T-shirts, and now look at you. You have us behind your stuff.
So do you ever just be like chilling and you like see someone wearing your stuff?
Yeah.
And you like walk up to them, or you like
every time? But a lot of times, bro, like, I'm not just really out like that.
No,
you know? Like, every
you
place,
have like security and stuff like that?
I got security, but I'm not out like that. If I'm out
You like
somewhere, it's
working?
at a spot where I know people are going to wear. Like, I'm on Melrose at my store. I'm on downtown at my store. I'm at my warehouse. Or I'm here with y'all. You know, I know they're going to wear my stuff. It'd be the places that I don't expect it. You know, like, oh, I'm at a Rams game. Like, God damn.
But like
you know what I mean?
you ever be at like a Rams game, but you see people wearing your stuff? Though?
I say I like that shirt.
Oh yeah.
Just see if they know me or not.
Yeah.
Some people don't.
Some people don't.
That's interesting. I feel like anybody who kind of like would wear it would know you though, because like
some people take it from other people. Some people get it as a gift.
Or they just be chilling on Melrose and they just see the store. They like cop some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's kind of fire too. You know, on one end, I am this remote control that can control my sales by an Instagram post or a video. But it is fire that some people don't know of me, but they know of my brand.
Your brand?
So out of curiosity, like something I've always kind of been curious about with like people who make clothing, like how kind of long would you say it takes to get like your design like in, like for instance this shirt, for like do you remember making this shirt?
Mm-hmm.
You do, right?
Yeah.
So like there's obviously going to be trial and error. Like you probably created this a couple different times and were like, nah, I don't like it. Like how long do you think it takes for like a drop to come out, like the average just like set?
How can I explain this? You got artists, you got rappers, right?
Right.
Some people do a song, fix it, do it, fix it, fix it. I'm like Lil Wayne. If I say it, it's good.
Yeah.
Like, I don't go in second guess, third guess. You know what I mean?
Do you have an idea in your head and you just like draw it down real quickly, or you just like do you actually have like a specific time where you like sit down and like think of it?
Okay, so
or it just like comes out of nowhere.
Right now, Valentine's Day is coming up. What do I want to do for Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
Okay, I can go with an old flow,
Christmas,
which is an old hoodie that I already dropped last Valentine's Day.
Come up with a new one.
I can come up with a new flow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now I'm so far ahead. I have designers that's sending me stuff. So let's say, hey, what we doing for Valentine's Day is coming up. They're shooting me designs,
And you just pick and choose. I like
and then
this. I don't like that.
and like I said, they're crafted to know what I like now.
So it's like everything you like, and you just pick the best one.
You know what I mean?
That's
So like,
fine.
it's not like in the beginning that last year in the beginning this is what I'm doing. I like this
Yeah.
print. See how I did this placement, this color, this
Yeah.
size. Boom. Okay, now you spent the whole year with me. It's the next year. What y'all doing? What we doing for Valentine's Day?
So now you asking them what you're doing. That's fire.
Are you tight with like your design crew? Like,
Gotta
have
be.
you've known these guys
Gotta
for a
be.
long time,
Gotta be.
or
Yes,
like
yes.
so like even since like your
I
childhood
had
friends?
to. I never like let go of people. So like if
Right.
I hired you for a design and I liked it, I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use you. You know, I'll probably get you on a retainer to where you work for me, and then
Would
if I
you let
run into
anybody send you a design though? Like,
Yeah,
let's say
anybody can send me a design.
someone just DM'd you like this fire off a lot of cough syrup.
If I
shit.
like it, I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So anybody could really like. just
For
give you-
sure.
So if a kid just ran up to you, 9-year-old kid.
I'm gonna
So
tweak it a
we can
little
shoot.
bit. Like, come on, yo, Travis
yeah.
Scott. You think he just jumping on beats?
Yeah.
No, he got to get in there and turn it to his way. But a lot of these designs, I do see something that I like in them.
Yeah.
And then you just craft it into your own. Like
Yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah, like I mean,
I
most artists
double
probably
fire
do
it.
that.
You know, I cough
Double
certify
fire?
it. You know,
Yeah, that's
put
fine.
the big writing on the back. You know what I
Put a
mean?
little purple on there.
I think,
a little
like,
cup.
A little
I think the
walkie.
most successful artists in every kind of like scenario, like whether it's clothing or like music, they always kind of have like a partner. Like for instance, like Young Thug and Wheezy, like the producer. You know what I mean? Like that's like the
Yeah.
duo. Or like Mike Dean, Travis Scott. He made his
Yeah.
like his auto tune. You know what I mean? Like those are always like seem to be like the most successful in my eyes. You
Yeah.
know? Like, would you say you have like a partner, like one designer that you and him are just like this is like my guy. Like every time he sends you stuff, it's like that's a hit, that's a hit, that's a hit.
Oh yeah, I got two of them though. Like that. I don't just got one. You know, Thug got Wheezy and Thug got Thug got everybody.
I mean,
but,
Thug
you know,
like had some other artists. Like I don't know
Yeah.
if I want to like talk about it. You know what I mean? But like
But yeah, I got
general.
two. But my boy Wayne, he been with me probably the longest. He don't even live out here, and he be that fire.
Yeah.
That
Always.
heat,
He hits you with it, you know, and
That
you're just
heat.
like, I like that.
you know.
Yeah.
And it's like he has to work harder because he's not next to me to actually like. And I'm not a phone person, so he's not next to me to be like, oh, how do you like? No, like if you swing and it don't hit, I'm not gonna use it. So he got to the point where I damn near want to use everything he made.
All right. Well, I think that's gonna wrap it up. I think it's been like a good amount of time. Thank you so much, Desto, for coming on the pod.
Thank you, Desto. I appreciate you, bro.
Awful lot of it, man. Shout out my
Awful lot of
brother.
it. You already know. Awful lot of it. It was Hey, we'll see y'all in the next one. We'll see y'all in the next one.
Thank you, bro.
Look it up.
We're gonna real quick.
Hell yeah.
We got the camera here.